Hello there, my name's James and welcome to my anxiety management channel. In this video, what we're going to be looking at today is the physical signs and symptoms of anxiety. When I talk about physical signs and symptoms, I'm talking about those old familiar feelings such as maybe a churning or butterfly feeling within the stomach. I'm talking about increased heart rate. I'm talking about your breath maybe becoming more shallow, maybe becoming more rapid. I'm talking about maybe feeling tingling within the hands, maybe feeling like your legs are going to jelly. I'm talking about your vision becoming blurred, yourself heating up and starting to sweat. I'm talking about your thoughts racing. So, anxiety, evolutionary, it was really useful to us. It was really key to our survival. When we needed to escape from something, our brain would then start to ask for adrenaline, which will be secreted into the bloodstream, forcing the bloodstream to become faster and bringing on these sensations. So if we needed to fight off a predator or to run away from a predator, then it was really useful. And even today, if we need to get away from a threat, absolutely key. However, when it's not so useful is when it's out of context. Maybe when you're walking down the street or in the supermarket or at a party, or maybe just in the confines of your own home. Now, the way in which we can try and deal with this is to try and change the way we look on the physical signs of anxiety. We very often look at these with fear. When we first start to notice any of these symptoms, very often our head, in its autopilot state, will start to ask questions or make statements such as, "Oh no, it's happening again," or "Oh no, why me?" or "They're looking at me," or "I can't deal with this." And very often those sort of thoughts and statements that you're making within that headspace is actually going to drive that anxiety more. So instead of just having the one thing that we notice, it's then gone on to a different symptom, 3, 4, very often may result in panic. So what I'm going to ask you to do is to start to recognise your first symptom of anxiety. Talking about me personally, I know that when I'm becoming anxious, one of the first things is my hands. I feel my hands becoming shaky. I then start to notice my heart rate increasing, and very often I will notice that I begin to sweat. However, over time, what I've noted is that, again, by changing my relationship with the first symptom of anxiety, it gives me some degree of control back before I've gone into stages 2, 3 or 4. So at this point I can start to utilise techniques. And the techniques that I'm talking about is getting much needed breath into the body. I'm also talking about using distraction, because distraction is also key. While you're concentrating on something else, the thoughts that our autopilot is telling us starts to calm down a little bit. And the more that those thoughts are calmed down, those physical symptoms sometimes start to abate. And this may not be permanent, it may only last 1, 2, 3 minutes. But in those 3 minutes, it gives us time to start to react in a different way. In a way that you may feel more empowered. In a way that you may feel more in control to deal with what you need to deal with. So in my next video, what we're going to be looking at is using distraction and the breath simultaneously. If you found this video useful, I hope that you will tune in to my next one on square breathing. Thank you.